Back to an oval, and time running out for anyone to tackle the Penske's. Nigel's qualifying form was good. 21.909 gave him second position on the grid behind Fittipaldi, who'd set a new track record, 21.753. But just when second place seemed secure for Nigel, Robby Gordon was controversially allowed a third run and just pipped him by 100th of a second. You have to see the funny side.
You have enough practice? If you're going to do that, at least get pole.
Where are you?
Behind you. I've just learnt a new rule. Why didn't we do that?
Only your second year here.
Immediately from the green, chaos in the pack. Robby Gordon spinning to a halt. Jacques, Villeneuve and Arie Luyendyk out in the first few hundred yards. Start number 2, hoping for better this time. Fittipaldi, Mansell, Mansell and Tracy the leading 4, but again another midfield incident brought out the yellow flags. Mike Groff and Scott Sharp, the drivers involved in a huge shunt. Amazingly and fortunately, nobody hurt, even though Sharp's car flipped right over and trapped the driver in the cockpit.
Quite a start. Mike just got loose and spun, and then I spun. Next thing I know, I sort of felt myself getting on top of him, and from there I was just a pretty wild ride. So it wasn't too bad.
Not too bad. To these drivers, it seems the walk back to the pits is the toughest part of a crash like that. Green for the third time, and Nigel Mansell attacking from the restart.
Here comes Nigel on the charge with Fittipaldi. So the leader of the race is now moving steadily backward as Mansell gets him.
Nigel starting well and running on the pace. Real optimism for a finish high in the order.
And Alonso Jr. grabs the lead away from Tracy. Mansell closing in. Remember these players a year ago? Tracy and Mansell, who moves into second place.
Mansell second, in touch with the leader Alonso Jr., but problems came from an unlikely source. His teammate Mario Andretti in fourth place and about to be lapped. At these speeds, the slightest touch spells trouble.
When we saw it, Mario's okay. Thank goodness he's okay. I just couldn't believe he tried to outbrake me.
A very shaken Mario afterwards, and the incident ruined Nigel's chance of a decent finish.
Something's wrong with the car. That's the speed limit. We'll change tires and fuel, and then we'll take a look at the suspension. Rod ends and everything look good on the front, and steering arms are straight.
Back on the circuit, the car was in no state for competitive racing. That meant a return to the pits.
A massive oversteer, and it feels as though he's had a track over.
Retirement the only option, and the way was left clear for the Penske trio to dispute first place. Emerson Fittipaldi leading till with 5 laps to go he needed a late pit stop. So another victory for Alonso Jr. His 7th in 12 races and the 4th Penske 1-2-3 of the season.
Do you think, in retrospect, that the Penske's were more beatable than the record books will show?
Not really. I think they were very dominant from the word go. We had some good settings on some circuits which made us more competitive with them, but we never dominated them like they dominated us. So when they got their cars working good, they could be so much faster. But there were some racetracks where we seemed to be able to compete, and Loudon was a very good example, but unfortunately my teammate either didn't see me coming up on the inside or just thought we could both get around the corner, which obviously wasn't the fact.